and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you joined us today. Check out the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage for easy access to videos to the body area you want to work on, or the amount of time you have for your yoga practice today, or if you want to stay seated or stand more. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget it's free, and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment. In today's practice, we'll explore poses to get us moving. You'll only need a chair for today's class, and let's get started. So we're going to take a moment to move forward in our chair. Make sure that your feet are grounded to the earth and equally weighted, so you're not leaning one way or the other, or pronating or supinating. Same idea with the sits bones. So you want to make sure they are sitting, comfortably on the chair, but connected to that chair. Let's take our palms and flip them up towards the ceiling. Lift up through the heart. Pull the shoulders down out of the ears. Close the eyes and breathe. Connecting to that breath, feeling the natural inhalation and exhalation. We're going to move that breath down into the diaphragm. As you inhale, we're going to fill the lungs from the bottom up. The belly will extend. And as you exhale, you're going to actively pull the belly button in towards the spine as you push the air up and out of the lungs. So do that a few times. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart and set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Let's look out over that right shoulder. And we're going to look center. And let's look the other way. And look center. We're going to do that again. So let's look over that right shoulder and then just see. Just with your eyes only, can you take that gaze just a little further over your shoulder? Come back center, and let's go to the other side. So we're going to start by just looking over the shoulder, and then see if you can take your gaze any further. And look forward. Good. All right. Let's take our hands down for a mountain pose. So starting with your hands down, palms are facing forward and fingers are stretched. Now, if that doesn't feel good for your hands, you're just going to leave your fingers not stretched. It's okay. All right, let's all release our hands stretched, and then we're going to come up into those goalpost arms, goddess arms, and squeeze the shoulder blades back behind you. So you've got a nice chest opening. I feel some stretch into my upper arms, and I'm squeezing my shoulder blades back behind. All right, now we're going to go on and move into that extended mountain pose. So with your right hand, you're going to grab the left wrist, and you're going to try to touch the ceiling, and then you're going to lean. So we always want to lengthen nice and long through the spine before we bend it. And then we're going to come up, bring the hands down, and let's do that whole thing one more time for the other side. Here we go. Mountain pose. Spread those fingers if that feels okay. Release the fingers. Come up to those goddess arms, goalpost arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades back behind you, lifting up through the sternum. Belly is tight. All right, fingertips to the ceiling. Now we're going to grab the other wrist and lengthen. And then we're going to lean. Oh man, that should feel good. Try to keep this opposite hip down, right? So we want to keep that connection to the chair there. One more breath, up we go, and release. All right, very good. So we're going to move into a seated twist. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. The first way, let's just do it that way. We're not going to cross the legs first. So we're going to take our left hand and we're going to bring it to the outside of that opposite knee. Take this hand and bring it back to the chair. Lengthen through the spine. Pull your shoulder back first. Then just turn and look over that shoulder. Just one more breath here. All right, let's face forward, and we're going to do that on the other side. Ready? Here we go. Hand on the outside of that leg. Opposite hand back to the chair. Remember, pull the shoulder back first. Then turn and look over that shoulder. Just one more breath. All right, let's go ahead and face forward. Now we're going to add one thing on. So we're going to cross our leg on top. So I've started with my left leg on top. It doesn't really matter, okay? So now I'm going to take the opposite hand and I'm going to place it on the outside of that leg. Other hand comes back to the chair. Remember, let's lengthen nice and long through the spine. Pull that shoulder back. Turn and look over that shoulder. Now maybe you take your gaze just a little further. Only if that feels okay for you. One more breath. Let's all release that, uncross your legs, and let's go to the other side. So we're going to cross those legs. Then I'm going to bring this hand to the outer edge of that top leg. Other hand back behind. Lift through the spine, pull the shoulder back, turn and look. So just super gentle here. Even though I'm giving myself a little extra stretch by pulling on this leg, I'm still being very gentle. Take your gaze a little further if that feels okay. We just have one more breath. And let's all face forward. Unravel those legs and grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. Now in this series, we're going to be doing a press on our chair. And so I want to make sure that the chair is on a mat, a sticky mat, or on carpet, or you've got it up against the wall. I don't want it to be pressing away from you. So the idea too is that you're going to be pressing your weight down, and not out. But it's better if it's on a mat or a carpet. Okay? All right, so we're going to face that chair, and the leg that's next to the back of the chair is the one that you're going to take a little step under, and then when you bend your knee, you can feel that leg touching the chair, okay? So with the other leg, you're going to take a step back. That back foot is at that 45-degree angle, okay? So you're not up on the toes. You're going to bring the hips forward, bend the front knee, bring your hands to your heart, all right? Okay, so pull the belly in, lengthen through the tailbone, making sure that your abdominals are super tight here. We're going to inhale, and on an exhale, we're going to extend our arms up for a full expression of a warrior one. Now, starting with this right arm, you're going to windmill around into a warrior two. So notice that my knee is still bent. My knee is still touching that chair. My ribs are in the center. We're going to flip this front palm up and back to reverse our warrior. Looking up, feel that stretch. We're going to go back to that warrior two. And then we're going to come into a side angle pose, okay? So we're just going to hang out here in our side angle pose, then we're going to do all of that one more time. Let's press back up into our warrior two, and then we're going to come back into a warrior one. Then we're going to move to that warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior up and back. Let's come into our side angle pose. We're going to place this hand in the chair. Then we're going to press up into a warrior two. And we're going to windmill back around into a warrior one. Back into our warrior two. Reverse warrior up and back. We're going to come back to that warrior two. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this hand to the chair. We're going to bring this other hand down and around. So now I'm up on those back toes. My front knee is bent here. And then I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. And I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. And I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up and I'm going to come back around into that warrior two. I'm going to reverse the warrior up and back. Come back to warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. And then we're going to come to the other side. Now, I still have some additional add-ons to do, but let's do the other side. Give this leg a little break, this front leg. We'll do the other side, and then we're going to come back. So when we were doing our presses with our leg on the floor, we're going to try it by doing a full press, meaning both legs are going to be back. But we'll see. Okay, so here we go. So again, remember, it's the leg that's next to the back of the chair. Otherwise, you're going to be, if you're here trying to move and twist, that's not what I want, right? So it's the leg that's next to the back of the chair. That's the one that's under the chair. Bend the knee. Other leg steps back. Bring the hips forward. Bring your hands to your heart. Abdominals are tight. Lengthen through that tailbone. Bring your hands to your heart. And then we're going to bring those hands up to the ceiling. All right, are we ready? We're going to windmill around to that warrior two, facing me. Down and around back up to that warrior one. And around to that warrior two. Let's do that again. Back to your warrior one. And to warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior. Flip that palm up and back. Back to warrior two, and we're going to go to that side angle pose. Let's press it up. Back to warrior one. Move to your warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. We're going to go back to our side angle pose. Now bring this back arm around. Both hands are in the seat of the chair. Front knee is bent. My hips are around. I'm up on that back toe. And then I'm just going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. And I'm going to bend my elbows. And I'm going to press up. I'm going to come back around to warrior two. And to warrior one. And step out of it. Okay. How does that feel? So you can stick with that version and be just fine. But if you're with me, we're going to come back to the other side of our chair. And the only difference, we're still going to do all of those same poses, and we're moving, right? So today is all about moving. But when I get to the presses, instead of that knee staying forward, I'm going to bring that knee back. I'm going to bring my weight forward, and then I'm going to press, okay? So you don't have to do that version. You know you can leave that leg on the floor and give yourself some support, and it's fine. Okay, here we go. We're going to face that chair. This is the leg that's going to step under. Back foot steps back, hips forward, bend the front knee. Bring your hands to your heart. You're facing over the chair, okay, the seat of the chair. Inhale, exhale, fingertips to ceiling. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, back around to warrior one. Exhale, back around to warrior two. Inhale, up and around to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Listen. Reverse that warrior up and back. We're going to come to that side angle pose. Now, the hand that's in the air, we're going to windmill it around, put both hands in the seat of the chair. Step that foot back or don't. Bring your weight forward and then press 3 times. Bending those elbows into the side waist, press it up. This is called a chaturanga. Down we go, hatalo push-up. And press it up. Can we do that one more time? Bend that elbow. Those elbows. Press it up. Let's bring that foot forward again. Come back into that warrior two. Flip the palms up and back. Back to warrior two. And we're going to step out of it. So we're moving through those poses with some fluidity, right? Are you getting the feeling of that? Whoo, right, I know. Let's do the other side. Okay, so again, leg next to the back of the chair. Step the other leg back. Hips forward, bend that front knee, bring your hands to your heart. Ha, okay. Are we ready? We got this. Here we go. Fingertips to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, move into that warrior two. Inhale back to that warrior one. Exhale back to that warrior two. Inhale back to your warrior one. Exhale back to your warrior two. Are we ready? Let's reverse that warrior up and back. Back to warrior two, side angle pose. Okay, are we ready? Hands going to come to the chair. Let's step back. Bring that weight forward. Ready for that chaturanga? Here we go. Down and up. Bend those elbows and up. One more. Down and up. Step forward. Move back to your warrior two. Let's reverse it one more time. And release. Excellent work. Very good. Okay, so we're going to come back to the other side of our chair. And the next pose is called half moon. So half moon is a balanced pose, and we are going to be using our chair as if we had a block, right? So the chair is going to be replacing the block. So let's go ahead and face forward. So the leg next to the back of the chair, again, it's really important that you get that leg is the one that steps under, and then we're going to come back into a warrior two, okay? So we've just done this one, so we know this one well. Belly stays tight. Now we're going to come into a side angle pose. Now what I want you to do is have your weight forward into this leg, okay? And make sure, the other thing to think about is having the knee right over the heel, okay? So you don't want that foot too far forward. You want the knee right over the heel of that foot. Hold on to this chair. We're going to lift this leg up and come into a half moon. One more breath. We're going to put that leg down and we're going to come into a warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior. We're going to come back into a warrior two. Bring that hand back to the chair. Lift up into that half moon. Notice that my heart is lifted. So I'm not here, right? I'm not all crunched in on myself. I'm lifting up and out. I'm pulling up out of this standing hip, lifting up, using your abdominals. Okay, let's bend that supporting knee. Come back into that warrior two. Flip the palm up and back for that reverse warrior. We've got one more. Let's go back to warrior two. Put the hand in the chair. Press up into that half moon. One more breath. Bend that supporting knee. Put the foot back down. Back to warrior two. And release. How'd that feel? Okay, we got to do the other side. So here we go. Got that foot under the chair. Step back. Let's go ahead and move into that warrior two. And reverse our warrior up and back. Now we're going to put this hand in the chair like a side angle pose. All right, so we've got that chair here. Let's make sure, I'm just adjusting just for a second. I want that knee to be right over that ankle, right? So when you press down, you've got that purchase, okay? Are we ready? Let's lift. Now this side is maybe totally different than the other. It's so common. Lifting up through that standing leg. All right, bend the supporting knee. Put the foot back down. Come back to warrior two. Okay, are we ready? Can we do that again? Here we go. Let's reverse our warrior. Then we're going to come down, put that hand on the chair, and we're going to lift that leg up. Bend the supporting knee, put that foot back down, back to warrior two. Reverse that warrior up and back. This is our last one. Let's do it. See if you can have a real fluid movement here as you lift that leg up. One more breath here. Bend the supporting knee. Back down we go. And release. Okay. So we're going to stay on this side of the chair. We're going to move into a side plank series. Now, again, this is the leg that's next to the back of the chair. You want to be able to bend that knee and feel that chair on that knee or shin. So we're going to take that other leg and step it back. You're up on those back toes. Let's go ahead and come down onto our forearms. And all you're going to do, you're going to leave this front leg right where it is. You're going to windmill and bring this arm up. And notice how I'm coming from the toes, then I'm coming onto the side of that foot, and I'm opening up into that side plank. Let's bring that hand back down. You're back on those forearms. You're on those back toes now. Let's do that again. Open it up. Side plank. All right, bring that hand back down you're on those forearms. All right, so now if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, you're going to bring both feet back. You're in your plank. Then we're going to turn to our side plank. And then we're going to come back. And we're going to move back to that side plank. And back onto those forearms. Let's do one more. Onto that side. Pressing up through these side waist muscles. Pulling up. One more breath. Back to plank. Step forward, and roll it up. We have to do the other side. Ready? Okay. So the foot next to the back of the chair is the one that's going to go under. Step that other foot back. Come onto those forearms. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to leave this leg where it is. We're going to turn onto those back toes. Not really toes. We're on the toes, and then we're turning to the side of the foot. And we're going to open. All right. Let's bring that hand back down. And then let's open it up again. And we're going to come back down. And we're going to open it up again. Okay. Now, if you want the full expression of this pose, we're going to come back. Now we're going to bring that front foot back. So I'm in a full plank. And then I'm going to turn to the side into a side plank. Lifting up. And down we go. Back to plank. Ready? Side plank. And down we go. Woo, we got one more. Here we go. Side plank. And down we go. Bend the front knee. Other leg comes up. And roll it up. All right. Let's come to seated. And grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair, and then we're going to turn and face our chair. So in this particular series, I want to make sure that your chair is on a sticky mat, or maybe on carpet, or pressed up against the wall. So I don't want the chair to have the opportunity to slide. The other thing I want you to think about is always pressing down on the chair, not out, okay? So we'll be doing a downward facing puppy series, and then we'll be doing some different things with the three-legged dog, etc. So just bear with me, but just know that we really want to have that weight and that pressure down, not out. Okay, so I'm going to take a little step back from my chair, and then I'm just going to hinge right at my hips forward, and then I'm going to place one hand in the chair, the other hand in the chair. Bring your weight forward. Now, you're just going to come down onto those forearms. So you might be feeling a pretty good stretch in the back of those legs, and that's fine, okay? Now, I'm going to take a step back and back. Press my hips high. I'm going to look down at the floor. I'm pressing down with my forearms on the chair. My hips are high and my heart is pressing back. So we have a downward facing puppy here. Let's take one more breath here. Let's go ahead and step forward, bend your knees and roll up into a standing position. So I want to check in and see how you feel with that. Now I will tell you, if you want to have your hands in the chair instead of your forearms, you won't feel as stable. Okay, so, but I'm going to give you that option. So if you want to have your hands in the chair, you want to try it, see what you think. Then we're going to step back and we're going to step back. Hips high, heart comes down. Maybe the heels touch the floor, maybe they don't. So this might feel better for you or it might feel worse for you, but I wanted to give you the option of doing it this way as well. All right, so let's go ahead and come up and release. So I'm going to let you pick your arm position. I'm going to stay on my forearms, but I wanted you to have that other option. So let's all come all the way down. Place your hands in the seat of the chair. Bring the weight forward. Let's all come all the way down onto those forearms and step back. Okay. Now, as I press my hips high, and I'm pressing my heart back, okay? So there you are in your downward facing puppy. So I'm going to take my left hand off of the chair, and I'm going to touch my heart. And then I'm going to put that hand back on the chair. And then I'm going to take my other hand off the chair and touch my heart. And then I'm going to place that forearm back on the chair. Make sure your hips are high. Let's do that again. Left hand comes off the chair, touches my heart. My forearm goes back on the chair. We're going to take the other hand off the chair, touch your heart, place your forearms back on that chair. Okay, now I'm going to take my right leg up into a three-legged dog. So I'm just extending that leg up towards the ceiling. I have one more breath here. I'm going to place that foot back on the floor, and then I'm going to take the other leg up, lift it up towards the ceiling. There's my three-legged dog. Now my hips are not opening here. One more breath. Bring that foot down. Let's come up to a standing position and take a little break. Okay, so how did that feel? Did you feel a little unstable or a little? So the key to this one is keeping your abdominals super tight. So we're in a bit of an inversion here. And so that's fine, but just know that if you begin to get dizzy, you're going to come out of it. You don't want to get dizzy, but we're going to do that one more time, okay? So again, I'm going to be on my forearms, but if you want to be on your hands, that's okay. So let's go ahead and place our hands in the chair. Bring your weight forward. Bending one elbow, putting that forearm on the chair. The other elbow, putting that forearm on the chair. Step back, hips high, heart comes back. Okay, it doesn't matter which one. Take one hand off the chair, bring it to your heart, and put it back on the chair. Take the other hand off, bring it to your heart, and back on the chair it goes. Let's do that again. Hand to heart, and forearm is back, hand to heart, and forearm is back. Okay, are we ready? Let's lift one leg, three-legged dog, and down we go. Let's lift the other leg, three-legged dog, and down we go. Again, other side, lift, and down we go. Is your belly tight? Lift the other leg, and down we go. Step forward, bend those knees, roll it up into a standing position. Ha, very good. How did that feel? So three-legged dog, we did downward facing dog, downward facing puppy, three-legged, one-armed. We did a lot of different things there in that inversion. So now we're going to hold on to that chair and we're going to take the leg and come up into a tabletop position. Now you're going to push that foot back behind you into a three-legged dog, but hold on to that chair is fine for right now. I didn't mean three-legged dog, I meant warrior three. That's what I meant to say. Let's come back up into that tabletop leg. Remember, abdominals are super tight. Push that foot back behind you. Let's do that again. Bring that knee up. And push that leg back behind you. And put that foot down, and let's go to the other side. Knee comes up. Push that foot back behind you. Knee comes up. Push that leg back behind you. And knee comes up. And push that foot back behind you. And put the foot down. Okay, so that's a great version, and if you want to stay right there, good. If you want to come with me, we're going to let go of the chair. Let's go ahead and bring that, we're switching sides again. Bring that knee up. Let's see if we can pull that belly in, lift those pelvic floor muscles, let go of the chair, and bring your hands to your heart. All right, belly tight. Ready? Here we go. We're going to push the leg through into that warrior three with prayer hands. Let's bring that knee back up. Let's push that foot through. And bring that knee back up. Let's push that foot through. And bring that knee back up. Is your belly tight? Let's do that again. Push it through. Bring the knee up. Put the foot down, and we're going to the other side. Bring that leg up. Push through to that warrior three with prayer hands. Bring that knee back up into that eagle leg. Push that foot through. Back up we go. I know. Push it through. Back up. And put the foot down. Okay. How did you feel? I know. Abdominals, right? Pulling that belly in, lifting those pelvic floor muscles. Okay. So now instead of prayer hands, we're going to go to eagle arms. So if you want to start, let's all start here in prayer hands. Get everything set, right? Okay, are we ready now? We're going to push this foot through, and we're going to come to those airplane arms. Bring that knee forward, prayer hands. Push back to warrior three with airplane arms. Up we go. And back. Up we go. Whoops. And back. One more. Up we go. Push it back. And up, and put that foot on the floor. Okay, are we ready for the other side? Bring that knee up. Let's start with prayer hands. Ready? Push it through to airplane arms, warrior three. Up we go. And push it back. Up we go. And push it back. Up we go. Push it back. Last one. Up. Push it back. And bring that leg up and put it down. Okay, so the final thing here, so a full expression of a warrior three, I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see me a little bit better, is we're extending the arms out and we're lifting that leg up and we're looking down at the floor, okay? So this is the final expression if you want to do it. You don't have to. You can keep doing the eagle arms or the airplane arms. But if you're with me, okay, let's come up, eagle leg, prayer hands. I said eagle arms and I meant prayer hands. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Let's push that foot back. Now, extending those arms out, lifting that leg up, looking down at the floor. Ready? Bring that knee back up into tabletop leg. Hands at prayer. Let's extend. Push that foot back behind. Come into that full expression of the warrior three. Back up we go. Prayer hands, knee up. Last time, let's do it. Make it count. Full expression of that warrior three. One more breath. Come up nice and slow. Bring that knee up and put that foot down. We're going straight to the other side. No rest. Here we go. Up we go. Prayer hands. Push that foot behind you. Warrior three. Full expression of the pose. Looking down at the floor, belly tight. Up we go. Prayer hands, eagle leg. Push it back into that full expression of warrior three. And up we go. Knee up, hands at heart. Last time. Here we do it. This is it. Press it through. Belly tight. Working that balance. One more breath. Up we go. And put that foot down. Very good, you guys. That's so good. All right, let's come to seated. And grab a sip of water. to move into seated star pose. So we're going to start with just the legs and kind of get the feeling of that. So we're going to heel toe our feet just a couple of times wide. Knees are going to stay bent. Now, I'm moving forward in my chair. You can hold on to that chair if you want to, and we're just going to extend the legs out, and then we're going to bend the knees in. So remember, abdominals are really tight here. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. One more. Extend and bend. Okay, so now we're going to add the arms onto that before we add additional legs. Okay, so remember, lifting up nice and tall, shoulders are down, belly is tight. We're going to extend the legs out, and then our arms are going to go up into, this is a seated star pose. And then we're going to come down, and then we're going to open, and down, and open, and down. One more. Open, and down, and take a little break. Okay, so go ahead and bring those knees together. So now, the add-on for this is, instead of our legs going to start here, our legs are going to start here. So let's just do the legs first. If you want to hold on to that chair, go for it. So they're starting with the knees together, and then we're going to come out and in. You feel the difference, right? It's pretty significant. And out and in. Are you pulling that belly in? And out and in. One more. And out and in. Okay. Are we ready to add the arms? Let's do it. Out, in. Out, in. Belly tight. Out, in. Try to make it a fluid movement. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. One more. We've got this. Out and in. How'd that feel, right? We're going to move into a leaning mountain with a twist. Let's extend our hands towards the ceiling for that extended mountain. And we're going to take our right hand down to the chair. We're going to lengthen up, try to touch the ceiling, and then we're going to lean our mountain. Now, as we bring this hand up to up towards the ceiling, I want you to turn and look up. We're going to bring that hand over as we lean our mountain again. Take your hand towards the ceiling, turn and look up. Then we're going to do that one final time. Turn and look up. Bring that hand down, and let's go to the other side. Okay, so let's start in our extended mountain. Bring the other hand down to the chair. Lengthen first. Then we're going to lean our mountain. And then we're going to turn and look up at the ceiling. And lean your mountain. And turn and look up at the ceiling. And lean that mountain. Look up at the ceiling. Bring your hands down and release. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. The only difference is, instead of that hand on the chair for support, we're just going to let that hand come down by our side. So we've got to really work your abdominals and your side waist to give yourself that support that we did have with the hand being on the chair. Let's start an extended mountain. Ready? Let's bring that right hand down, but we're not going to touch the chair. Extend that left hand to the ceiling. Now we're going to lean. Keep this hip down. Let's come up and look up at the ceiling. And lean that mountain. Turn and look up at the ceiling. Do you feel the difference? Lean that mountain. Remember, you can always put that hand back on the chair if that feels better. Twist and look up. We got one more. Lean. Twist and look up. And release. Straight to the other side. Extended mountain. Left hand comes down. Right hand extends. Let's lean. And look up at that ceiling. And lean. And up and look at the ceiling. Down we go. Up we go. Last one. And up. Is your belly tight? And release. Wow, right? Are you pulling that belly in super tight? I know, me too. So I'm going to move a little bit forward in my chair. And I'm not going to hold on to my chair. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. I'm going to lift my right knee up. Flex the foot. Push that foot out in front of you. Place the heel on the floor. Lengthen the hands to the ceiling. Bring them forward and walk your hand down the leg. And then up we go. Bring your hands back to heart. Bend the knee, put the foot on the floor. Bend that knee, bend the knee up, flex the foot, extend that leg. Put the foot on the floor, lengthen through the spine, and then walk the hands down the leg. One more breath. Come up, bend the knee, put the foot on the floor. Same leg, bring it up. Flex. Push. Place the heel on the floor. Lengthen through the spine. Walk the hands down the leg. Keeping the back flat, looking beyond those toes, feeling that stretch. And up we go. Let's do the other side. Hands to heart. Bring that knee up. Flex. Push through that heel. Hold that leg up. Pull that belly in. Don't lean back. Place the heel on the floor. Lengthen through the spine. Walk your hands down the leg. Feel that stretch in that hamstring, looking beyond those toes, keeping that back flat. And up we go. Bend the knee. Hands to heart. Extend. Foot down. Lengthen. Walk your hands down that leg. All right, bend the knee. Hands to heart. Bring that knee up. Flex the foot. Extend. Place the foot down. Lengthen through the spine. And walk those hands down that leg. One more breath. All right. So now I'm going to take my right ankle and I'm just going to lay it here on my left leg. Now, if this doesn't feel good for you, you can always cross ankle to ankle. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'm just going to lengthen through my spine and I'm going to begin to let my heart fall forward. So a little stretch for the hip glute area back here. You feel that? All right, let's go ahead and come up and then let's rock our baby. Okay, place the leg down, lengthen through the spine, place the elbow there, chin on those fingers and press gently. If you like that version, smile. And up we go and rock your baby. Okay, and let's do one final version. I don't care, whatever you like to do. Just feel that stretch. Maybe you like the version that the arms come out and down. It's always a good version. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Just feel the stretch. All right, let's go to the other side. So maybe we just hang out here. You know, you could be great. This could be what you need right here, and that's fine. If you want a little more, you're going to lengthen through the spine and begin to let that heart fall forward. All right, let's come up and rock our baby. And put that leg down. This time I'm going to put my elbow here on that in front of the knee, and my chin is going to press down on those fingers. And up I go. And rock our baby. And the final version. Either of those two, but if you like the one where your arms come out and down, that's a good version. This is my favorite right here. I'm just going to stick with this one. One more breath. All right, good. ahead and come up. We made it. Yay! Go ahead and sit back in your chair. You can lean back. Place those hands lightly on the thighs, flipping the palms up if that feels okay. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and close your eyes.
Dance together. Stop forcing your limitations to clash with your possibilities. Let them dance together. You cannot eliminate all limitations and challenges from life. What you can do is work within them, alongside them, to fulfill the possibilities you wish to fulfill. That requires some give and take, adjustments, innovation, boldness, understanding, and creativity. Think of it as a graceful and exhilarating dance. Though your limitations may seem at first glance to oppose your possibilities, that's not entirely true. For if there were no limitations of any kind, the possibilities would have no value. Let go of your resentment about what's holding you back. Find ways to work with it, to dance with it, rather than fighting against it. Tease out the opportunities that exist within your challenges and limitations, and gracefully dance your way to the fulfillment of your best possibilities.
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up at the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with the hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that opposite hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. Click on that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.